There are infinite numbers of universes right on top, stacked on top of this one. We are going to bring into our alignment the universe of 2017, where you are achieving your greatest satisfaction, your greatest happiness. And what you're going to do is you are going to ask your future self that lives in that perfect reality of 2017, where you are the most happy, the most fulfilled. You're going to see what that is, to create that exact reality. And I mean that. This works. Hi, this is Michael William Denney of the ThunderWizard.com YouTube channel. Okay, so we are coming to the end of 2016. It's just a couple more days until we're in 2017. Now, if you remember what we did in the last video where we talked about this, and if you haven't watched it, please go back and watch that, or watch the whole Ascension series if you haven't seen that, and then come back. In the last video, we talked about that in the first phase of Ascension, the first thing that we have to do is basically just get a reality check. And in that reality check, what we're going to do is we are going to acknowledge and admit that we are in fact trapped by our own unconscious stories, by our own unconscious unresolved feelings, our own unresolved conscious attachments, by what I call the narrative. We have this narrative. Now, this is part of us, because without the narrative, we wouldn't manifest. This is important to understand. From a shamanic level, your narrative is what tells your subconscious mind how to manifest your reality. If you change that narrative and replace it with something else, then your subconscious mind literally creates the physical things in your world. The house you live, the body you're in, the car you drive, everything is created from your subconscious mind. So before we can get to the place where we can say, okay, let's change our reality, you first have to take a reality check on what it is that you are creating, and that we are in fact trapped by that if we are not aware of what it is. So in the last exercise, I had you write down what are the things that, your limitations, whatever it is. I said, if you say to yourself that you can't make any money, that you can't find love, or whatever those limitations are, you wrote those down. And then I told you to write down what you wanted to change. So you change, you can't find love to you always find love. You change, something like that. You get where I'm going with it. You got to change the negative into a positive. And it's not that that in itself is necessarily going to instantaneously give you what it wants, although it can. But you have to give yourself a roadmap to know where you're going to go. Okay, so now that you know what those things are and you've consciously looked at it, it's not just floating around in your unconscious or your subconscious mind. You're consciously looking at those things that are keeping you trapped. The negative narrative of who you are. Now that you're consciously aware of that, here's what we're going to do now. Now we start getting into some real power here. We're going to do another weirding exercise. And if you're not familiar with weirding, please go back and watch the videos on weirding and then come back here and do this exercise. We're going to take a look and see where you can go. Now, to understand this, we need to talk about physics. So in physics, there's a theoretical physics, there's this understanding that there are infinite numbers of universes right on top, stacked on top of this one. And that this is only one of them. And that whatever you can imagine, if you can imagine it, it has to exist, because there's infinite numbers of realities. So no matter how detailed you can imagine something, there is a universe where that exists. On the negative side, if you can imagine a universe where you're homeless and living on the street and all that kind of stuff, that reality exists somewhere. There is a you that is homeless and everything you can imagine, but it's also true on the positive side. If you can imagine a universe where you are the most happy, the most successful, there is a you that exists on that level. Now we're getting into some deep shamanic practicing when we're able to shift into those realities. That's a science that does take some work, and that's what we're going to teach you how to do. So the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to bring into our alignment the universe of 2017 where you are achieving your greatest satisfaction, your greatest happiness. That's what we want to focus on, happiness. So please forget any ideas of what it is you think is going to make you happy, because I'm pretty sure that you're probably wrong at least about some of them. Most people say, I'm going to be king of the world, or I'm going to have a lot of money, or there are plenty of people who are kings of the world and have lots of money who are miserable. So that's not necessarily it. We want to find the one that's going to make you the most happy, the most fulfilled person. Now, you don't know what that is yet. Right now, you're going to get rid of whatever ideas you think that is. In this exercise, and I'm going to talk you through it, what we're going to do is we're going to go into that place of emptiness. And what you're going to do is you are going to ask your future self to reveal what it is that you're doing, or what it is that you're being, or something, your future self that lives in that perfect reality of 2017 where you are the most happy, the most fulfilled. You're going to see what that is. And then you'll know where to go. And then as we move into the other phases of this throughout next year, we're going to create that exact reality. And I mean that. This works. So here's what we do. Okay, so first I'm going to talk you through how we're going to do it, and then we're going to do it. So what we're going to do is we are going to just very simply, you're going to just look at me the whole time. You're going to breathe deeply a few times. We're going to chant weird 3 times. When we do, you're going to imagine that space of emptiness, that place of pure potential, what my ancestors called the Gununga Gap, the place, the yawning chasm. And then from that, when we do it the 3rd time, you're going to imagine yourself opening up a door and seeing that reality where you exist in 2017, the one reality that of all the infinite realities where you are the happiest, the most successful, the most fulfilled. And then you're going to get a snapshot, and it may be a feeling, it may be a word, you may see something, who knows what it's going to be. But you're going to see that portion of yourself. Maybe you've got the body you've always wanted. Maybe you've got the happiness, maybe you've got love, maybe you're in a different place, doing something different job, who knows what it is. Could be anything. So that's what we're going to do, okay? So now that I have explained to your intellect, because we need to address Westerners' intellects in order for them to feel comfortable doing things, now we're going to actually do it. So, all right, so now what I want you to do is I just want you to just watch me, just take a look at me. Hopefully you're sitting down, you're comfortable, you're relaxed. And I just want you to take your hands, and you're going to put your hands on your navel center. You can't see, but I've got my hands crossed over each other, and I'm placing them on my navel center. And you're going to go ahead and just look at me, and you're going to inhale very deep. Ready? Inhale. Feel all that wonderful power flowing through you. And exhale. Makes me smile just doing it. Inhale once again. And exhale. I'm getting happier by the second because I can feel where this is going to go. Inhale one last time. And exhale. Okay, now I want you to imagine there's a doorway in front of you, okay? Down a tiny hallway. On the other end of that doorway is Gununga Gap, the yawning chasm, the place of pure potential where your future self, who is living the most happy, successful 2017 in entire infinity, is waiting to greet you, okay? And now we're going to inhale, and we're going to chant weird 3 times. So here we go. Ready? Inhale. Chant with me if you want. Weird. once again. Inhale one last time. Inhale. And open the door. Now enjoy whatever it is that you're seeing or experiencing, and let it just burn into your brain what that is. Spend as much time as you want with that experience. And then when you're done with it, you can allow that door to close. Okay, so now it's important that you bring into your body that feeling of what it is that you just saw. Now go and write down as best you can, not what you think is going to make you happy, but what you saw your perfect self in 2017 is doing or being or experiencing in order to have true happiness. Okay, so that's the last exercise we're going to do here in 2016, and we are done for now with the first phase of Ascension, which, as I said, is just getting in touch with our limitations. Now you can see where we're going with this. You see the roadmap. Starting next month, we are going to move into phase 2. And now we're going to learn how to surrender ourselves to that perfect self and let that perfect self teach you and guide you. Not me, your perfect self. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you like these videos, please support the channel. If you don't see it above, scroll below and support it. I have been putting out some videos letting you guys know that I have started a master class in shamanism. If you think this stuff is powerful that we're doing here on this YouTube channel, you haven't seen anything yet. So I have a master class that is open for people on multiple levels. We talked about it. If you haven't already, go back and watch the video where I talk about the master class. And here below you can see the link to go to the Patreon page, where you can look over the various levels of working with me, what I call apprenticeship. But the basic level is you are going to get an hour-long master class in shamanism every week, given by me. That's only available to subscribers. And then there are various levels that you can work with me beyond that. But anyway, go check it out. I'm really excited about it. This is it's going to take off. It's going to be so powerful, and I want to help as many people as I can. I'm going to be starting from scratch, completely from scratch. I've never done this before. I'm going to start from scratch, and I'm going to build up brick by brick a master class, a science in shamanism, and I don't think anything like this has ever been done before in the history of teaching. This is totally unique. Anyway, please like, subscribe, share these videos with people on Twitter, on Facebook, and stay tuned because there's a lot more good stuff to come. Okay, that's it for now, my friends. Congratulations on your first phase of Ascension. We're moving into phase 2. I wish you all the best. I wish you a truly happy and blessed and powerful new year for 2017. So that's it for now, my friends. Thank you for the privilege of being here with me and allowing me to share this path that I have gained so much from with you. So until next year, remember that you are greater than the gods.